Abraham Lincoln once said in a speech that our founders knew the tendency of prosperity to breed tyrants. And so, he said, when in the distant future some man, some faction, some interest should set up the doctrine that none but rich men or none but white men were entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, there again turn, he said, to the Declaration of Independence and take courage to renew the battle which our fathers began. That quote by our greatest president is as current as today. It was actually in a speech he gave before he was president in 1858 in Lewiston, Illinois. He emphasized that the Declaration was not just a document of separation from Britain, but a profound statement of human rights and the moral foundation of the United States. Lincoln argued that the Declaration of Independence provided a moral standard and a beacon of self-evident truths like human equality and rights for all people, and a reminder that such principles must be constantly fought for against those who would deem them to certain groups, such as rich or white men. And scarcely 3 years later, he had to put those words into action with the most horrific decision any president before or since has had to make. At its core, this is a warning that scoundrels like Trump may rise periodically and that our principles as embodied in that sacred declaration were worth fighting for. For anyone with even a rudimentary understanding of Lincoln, it's impossible to believe that he would be anything but horrified at what we're dealing with today. He would no doubt find it unfathomable that a word like woke, suggesting compassion toward our fellow man, could be turned into a cudgel to smear those who, like Lincoln, had an abundance of that sentiment. It's worth noting that the chasm that exists between our best president and our worst is pretty stunning. When he said it's a tendency of prosperity to breed tyrants, it's like he had a time machine that allowed him to peek forward 160 years and see these arrogant technocrats who are confusing great wealth with great wisdom. Sorry, but I'm with Lincoln.